Hello students, welcome to the class. In this class, we will discuss the remaining topics of the lesson People as Resource. The first topic, Quality of Population. Quality of population is the overall qualitative functioning of the population that signifies its social, economic and cultural growth and output. Education and health are the most important factors affecting quality of population. Let us discuss about education. Education is one of the factors of economic and social development. Education helps in increasing mental horizon of the people and is a must to develop human personality. Education helps in the development of science and technology. It encourages economic development through greater participation of the people in the affairs of the country. Education increases the efficiency of the workers and it also increases the national income as well as the cultural richness and efficiency of governance. Now we will see education scenario in India. There is provision made for providing universal access, retention and quality in elementary education with a special emphasis on girls. Special schools called as Navodaya Vidyalayas have been established in each district. Government expenditure on education means the plan outlay on education has increased from 151 crore in the first plan to 3766.80 crores in the 11th plan. Literacy rates have increased from 18% in 1951 to 74% in 2010 and 11. But there are still many disparities in literacy. Female literacy remains much lower than male literacy all over India. Literacy among males is nearly 16.6% higher than females and it is also about 16.1% higher in urban areas as compared to rural areas. There is also wide variation in literacy rates from one region of the country to another. For example, there is about 94% literacy in Kerala but 62% in Bihar. And primary school system has expanded to over 8.58 lakh in 2013 and 14. Now we will see steps taken by government to provide education to all. The primary school system has expanded to over 8.58 lakh in 2013 and 14 in India. Government's initiative of Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan aims at providing elementary education to all children in the age group of 6 to 14 years by 2010. It is a time-bound initiative of the central government in partnership with the states, the local government and the community for achieving the goal of universalization of elementary education. Midday meal scheme has been implemented to encourage attendance and retention of the school children and improve their nutritional status. Navodaya Vidyalayas or model schools have been opened in each district as ideal schools whose facilities and methods can be replicated by other schools. Vocational streams have been developed to enable a larger number of high school students to find jobs in occupations related to knowledge and skills. Bridge courses and back to school camps have been initiated to increase the enrollment in elementary education. Not only this, government also taken some more steps through 5-year plans to develop education. Now we will see the steps taken by 12th 5-year plan to develop education. The 12th 5-year plan endeavored to increase the enrollment in a higher education of the 18 to 23 years age group to 25.2% by 2017-18 and to reach the target of 30% by 2020-21. The plan focuses on increasing access, quality, adoption of state-specific curriculum modification, vocationalization, and networking on the use of information technology, and distance education as well as convergence of formal, non-formal, distance, and IT education institutions. Now we are going to discuss second factor which improves the quality of population, that is health. Health involves not only the physical fitness of the individual but also his mental, economic, and social well-being. Proper health care helps a person to realize his potential and ability to fight illness. Good health increases the efficiency of the worker. Good health increases the earning capacity of the worker. So, the government's national policy on health aims at improving the access to healthcare, family welfare, and nutritional services. During the last 50 years, India has built up a vast healthcare, manpower, and infrastructure, and it achieved its life expectancy has increased to over 68.3 years in the year 2014. Infant mortality rate has come down from 147 in the year 1951 to 37 in the year 2015. Crude birth rate has dropped to 20.8 and crude death rate to 6.5 within the same duration of time. Increase in longevity of life is an indicator of good quality of life. Reduction in infant mortality involves the protection of children from infection, ensuring the nutrition of both the mother and the child. But there is also wide variation in health facilities from one region of the country to another. For example, there are 381 medical colleges and 301 dental colleges in the country. Just four states like Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Maharashtra, and Tamil Nadu have the maximum number of colleges. Now we are going to next topic, unemployment. Unemployment exists when people who are willing to work at the going wages cannot find jobs. The workforce includes all the people from the age 15 years to 59 years. Children and elderly people are not included in workforce, so are not being considered as unemployed. In India, there is unemployment in both rural and urban areas. In rural areas, there is seasonal and disguised unemployment. Urban areas have mostly educated unemployment. For seasonal unemployment, seasonal unemployment happens when people are not able to find jobs during some months of the year. For example, people depend on agriculture. They get the work only on certain busy seasons when sowing, harvesting, weeding, and threshing is done. But in other seasons, they are unemployed. Now, disguised unemployment. When all the people appear to be employed, but the work requires less number of persons, the employment is disguised. For example, the work requires the service of 5 people but engages 8 people. 3 people are extra. These 3 people also work in the same plot as the others. But the contribution made by the 3 extra people does not add to the contribution made by the 5 people. If the 3 people are removed, the productivity of the field will not decline. The field requires the service of five people, and the three extra people are disguised unemployed. Now, educated unemployment. In urban areas, many young people with matriculation, graduation, and post graduation degrees are not able to find jobs. This situation leads to educated unemployment. A paradoxical manpower situation is observed when surplus of manpower is certain categories coexist with shortage of manpower in others. Now we will see effects of unemployment. Unemployment has a harmful impact on the overall growth of an economy. Increasing in unemployment is an indicator of the depressed economy. It also wastes the resource which could have been gainfully employed. Unemployment leads to the wastage of manpower resource. People who can be an asset for the economy turn into a liability. Feeling of hopelessness and despair occurs among the youth. People do not have enough money to support their family. Unemployment tends to increase economic overload. The dependency of the unemployed on the working population increases. The quality of the life of an individual as well as of society is adversely affected. There is a general decline in health status and rising withdrawal from the school system. Now we will see employment structure. Agriculture is the most labor observing sector of the economy, but employment in this sector has declined because of disguised unemployment. The surplus people have moved to work in the secondary and tertiary sectors. Small scale manufacturing absorbs most of the labor in the secondary sector. Now, employment opportunities are emerging in the tertiary sector in IT, biotechnology, etc. With this, the chapter People as Resource is over. Students, read the pages from 20 to 25 and answer the following. First question, what are the difference between disguised unemployment and seasonal unemployment? For this answer, make two columns and at least you have to write three differences. Second question, what are the steps taken by the government to improve education in India? For this answer, describe each and every step taken by the government separately with side headings. Next question, describe the impact of unemployment on Indian economy. For this answer, describe at least 5 points with side headings. Next question, improvement in the health status of the population has been the priority of the country. Give reason. For this answer, you have to describe the importance of health, how the health converts human beings as human resources. Last question, what is the role of education in human capital formation? Here, you have to describe the importance of education. Students, write these answers in your notebook. Thank you.